Watch this video before you get the Helix Stadium XL. I got the Helix about 1 month and a half ago. I bought it from Toman. They were really nice. It came really fast. Opened the box and everything. Tried the first plugin. Preset. I think it's the Stadium Rock Geek or something. And it was awesome. But you don't get the Helix to just play the presets. You make your own. So I started making my own, but some problems started to come out, and I'm gonna go through some of those problems, and those were problems that I didn't have before with my previous pedal board. And I'm gonna put a picture here of my previous pedal board and the pedals that I had. And I bought the Helix thinking that it can replace and improve the previous pedal board, but it just didn't. And I'm gonna go through the problems. So the first one is when I plugged in my guitar to the input 1, there is 2 inputs. Input 1, there was some hum coming out from the guitar. I actually don't know if it's the input or the guitar. When rolling down the volume knob, this hum would increase. It would increase and then decrease as I go down. What else? I tried everything, changing the gain, of the input, output, checking if my headphones were right, but no, it just didn't go away. And this is something that was very noticeable with the headphones. Anyways, when I plugged in the Helix to my Fender FR10, there was this hiss noise coming out from the Helix into my Fender FR10, and this is also a problem I didn't have before. Again, I changed the gain of the output and the levels and replaced the cables. I was using an XLR cable. I replaced the XLR. I was using a jack cable as well, and the hiss was still there. And again, this is a problem that I didn't have before with the Tone King and the whole pedal board. The other problem is that when playing with different dynamics, when I was playing really hard, there was this digital saturation that as well I didn't have before with the Tone King preamp. And I think I'm gonna praise a lot during this video the Tone King preamp, because it didn't have any of those noises. It's like a hybrid between real tubes inside and IRs. And I thought the Helix would get, if not at the same level, close, because watching the videos in YouTube, seeing all the praise that it gets, it really sounded awesome, but it just wasn't the tone I was looking for. But anyways, coming back to the problem, there was this saturation playing really hard and it sounded very digital. And I tried again gain staging everything, like changing the gain, but when you change the gain on the input, then you have to change the settings on every signal block or every pedal. You have to change the settings on everything, to the amp, to the caps, and probably the reverbs and the other effects coming out. But anyways, and that's a pain, again, because it's not a problem that I had before. And I was thinking, yeah, getting the Helix is gonna be an improvement, but if I'm paying more than $2,000, the least I expect are these problems. Yeah, the other thing is, I heard people saying that you get 95-97% of the tone you are looking for, and I think that really depends on what gear you have. But in my case, it was not close to 95 or 97. I would say it was more like around 70 to 85. Again, I had a Tone King preamp, and it was really good, really dynamic, really responsive, and the same words that describe the Tone King preamp were the same words that were describing the Helix. So I thought it was really good. but it was going to be a really good replacement, but it wasn't. And I was not getting the tone I was looking for. So I started searching for some proxies or some clones, and I found one of the Tone King, and I was comparing it between like the deluxe reverb that it has on the Helix with the clone, or well, the proxy of the Tone King. And I was getting closer to the tone I was looking for, but the responsiveness and the dynamics that I had before with the preamp, I didn't get them back. And goes the same way with the deluxe reverb that it has, like the Agora amp that it has in the Helix. Anyways, another problem that I had is that the pedal, the blocks, they don't react the same way as I was expecting. I thought it was going to be close, but it wasn't. I'm going to explain. In my previous pedal board, I had the tuner, and then I had the warm audio centavo, like the clone, going to the Tone King. And I really loved the tone coming out of it. I was using it mostly like an edge of breakup, and it was lovely, amazing. When trying to replicate this with the deluxe reverb and the clone that it has already in the Helix, it was just not the same. I was not getting the same responsiveness, the same dynamics, and the same tone, even though I changed like a lot. I tried everything. I was not getting the same thing. So I got the clones, like the proxies of these pedals, and when I was like doing the signal chain with these proxies, it was not the same either. I was not getting the 95-97% of the tone I had. I was getting maybe around 70 or 80, and that really disappointed me. But anyways, I was like, okay, I'm gonna try to adapt or change my tone to the Helix. I'm gonna try to search something, and I tried, and it just didn't work for me. The Tone King, I'm gonna praise it during this whole video. It was amazing. It has really good responsiveness, dynamic. The reverb is amazing. Like it's the best spring reverb. No other spring reverb like it's the same. Not even the Helix. But anyways, yeah. So the pedals, they don't react the same way. And I tried the TS, clone, the boost breaker, and every other distortion pedal in the Helix. I just didn't get the same tone, and that really disappointed me. And again, when playing really hard, I got this saturated, like digital saturation that I couldn't fix with anything, not with gain staging, pad, neither. And yeah, so gain staging was a pain and it didn't work. So all of these problems, like that are maybe the hisses and hums are little problems, because well, the EFR, the hiss, you're not gonna hear it live, right? But alone at home, where I spend the most time, I do notice, and I didn't like that. And the hums are problems that I didn't have before, and now I had them. And I tried as well using the noise gate. Even if you set it up right, it is still noticeable. The hums are still there, just like background. And I stood up and I walked around the room thinking that's maybe some magnetic field or something to do with the electricity. I plugged in the Helix to another port, like directly to the wall. Didn't work. So yeah, those were small things, a big thing that were adding up and making it a problem. But there were good things as well. Like the reverbs are really good. The plate reverb is good, and the delays are really, really good. But the DSP, I think it's either ready. But anyways, the thing is, I had an idea that I wanted to like emulate or simulate, get as close as I could to the Walrus Audio Fable, right? It's this texture, glitchy delay with a mixture of reverb. It's a really awesome pedal, amazing, and I had it, and I tried to replicate it in the Helix. It has 5 different modes. I was trying to replicate the second one, which was my favorite one, which is that if you press on the pedal and you hold it, it would go down an octave, and when you release it, it would go up an octave again, and all the glitchiness and the reverb and the delays are like amazing. It's like the sound of this song of Justin Bieber, Peaches, like the end, the scene, a solo at the end, the very end has this like glitchy, reverby delay sound. If you don't know about it, you should go and watch a video about it. I tried to replicate this sound, and I just couldn't. I would get maybe 50% of it, 40% of it. I tried delays, pitch delay. There are some pitch effects also in the Helix, and I could set a switch to press and do the same effect, like octave down and octave up, but it was just not the same. And the DSP is not capable of have all of these effects making just one, like the emulation of this pedal and other ones. How to explain this better is like I had my signal chain here, like the first one. I had my compressor, boost, overdrive, Qtron, amp, cab, spring reverb. I had the spring reverb and the tremolo and vibrato, and then it was the time of this emulation to work. And after emulating it, I was using maybe 6 blocks. That was all like the Helix could manage. And just, this is a heads up, just so you know, you cannot replicate 100% a pedal. I think that's really obvious, but you cannot get that much close. It's gonna take so much DSP of the Helix, and yeah, that's the thing. It just wasn't capable of the things I thought it would. It wasn't capable of the things that I was sold for. Would I recommend it? I would say this: if you use archetypes like Neural DSP, John Mayer, Corey Wong, whatever, would I recommend it? I would say yes, because it sounds like I'm playing through a VST. It sounds like I'm playing through my interface, right? It just doesn't sound, it doesn't feel, I think that's the best word, it just doesn't feel like I'm playing through real gear, right? It's not 97% close, it's not 99% close, it's 80% close. But I mean, if you really love the archetypes and Neural DSP, I think you should go for the Quad Cortex, because they have already the plugins in. They have some plugins already inside. So depends on you. The Quad Cortex is cheaper, smaller. So yeah. Would I recommend this to change your pedal board or improve it? Only if you travel like a lot, because anyways, I wouldn't see this as a replacement anymore. I would recommend it if you know you're gonna use multi-tracks, if you know that you are gonna use like the session thing it has, and you're gonna use the 4 different like inputs. Like it has 2 inputs and then effects loop. It has 4 effects loops. If you're gonna use all of that plus the microphone and the multi-tracks and everything that it can do, yeah, I would recommend it. But to replace a pedal board that already has great tone, if you have texture pedals like the Fable pedal, or I would not recommend it. If you want McGee, if you want those tones, it's really hard to get them in the Helix. I tried with everything. Retro reel, that it's sort of like the 424, like Tascam 424. It's just not the same. You won't get the same result. I got also a proxy of the Tascam 424. It's not the same. You won't get the same result. I've seen people on YouTube getting really close to the McGee tone with the Quad Cortex. So I would, in that case, recommend the Quad Cortex and not the Helix. Yeah, I think maybe it's just not ready. And those are my 2 cents. I wish I would have done this video happier with a really good tone. Glad. But it's just that I thought it was gonna be a really good investment. I mean, I'm paying more than $2,000 for a product that is going to replace and improve my tone, but it just didn't, and there was no way around it. I couldn't adapt, I couldn't change it, I couldn't replicate it. I'm just giving it back. I'm gonna send it back to Toman. Toman is amazing because as I said before, I think I said it, I got this 1 month and a week ago, and they have a 30-day guarantee that you can send it back. Yeah, and I'm past due those 30 days, but I still reached out, and they said, yeah, you can return it. So they are amazing. They were really fast. They are amazing. They're really good. Thank you very much. And yeah, hopefully this will give you a bit of feedback of if you're thinking about getting it. Please watch this video, think about it. Do I regret it? No, because I learned a lot of things. 1, listen to your wife, wait a little bit. Number 2, consumption is real, and you can be sold anything, so be careful with that. Be really careful. 3, if you already have a really good tone, if you like your tone, then don't try to replace it. Don't replace it with a Helix or a Quad Cortex. Just don't replace it. The Helix is not going to replace it. You might get more than 90%. Think about it. This is the first video I'm doing. I don't know what to say at the end. If you really liked it, just thumbs up. If you want an update or about the return, and I don't know, if you have any question about the Helix or the other pedals that I had before, you can leave a comment. And thank you for watching the video. If you stayed the whole time, thank you, that was amazing.